Hey guys, I'm Rae.
And I'm Jason.
And today's adventure is Everglades National Park. So, pretty excited to check out this park. A little windy today if you couldn't tell. Also, I'm pretty scared of alligators, so we'll see how today goes. But stick around to join in on the adventures.
We're here at the Ernest F. Coe Visitor Center, also known as the south entrance to the Everglades National Park.
And we are stopping here first because we like to go get a map of the park and talk to a ranger to get the best suggestions. So I guess let's just go inside. All right, we got our map, we talked to the ranger, we got the best suggestions of things to see today. And one thing that's really cool about this park, he told us, is that it's actually open 24 hours. Obviously not the visitor center, but they don't kick people out at night at all. So that's really cool. And they're actually offering an 8:30 p.m. starlight walk. We're not gonna be able to make that because we didn't plan to stay that late today. I probably wouldn't want to do that anyway, because I would imagine like alligators like jumping up at me. But anyway, I would highly recommend, if you don't go to visitor centers at national parks, you should probably start doing that, because I've never met a ranger that wasn't enthusiastic about their park and excited to tell you the best things to do, the best tips and tricks. We never used to go to visitor center when we first started on this trip, and now we make sure to always try and make it, because they are just a wealth of knowledge, and the best way to spend your time when you have limited time is to just do what the rangers suggest. Enough talking, let's start exploring. Now walking around, what's this place called?
This one is Royal Palm.
Yes, very close to the entrance, only about, I think, 4 miles away. Immediately walking in, we saw an alligator in the water, so that was cool, also terrifying. We've seen a handful more since. We've seen a couple different birds. There's a lot of different fish. We saw a snapping turtle, we saw
Heron.
We saw those red-eared sliders. Also, it's very hot, a little humid today, not as bad as it could have been, but wanted to give you brief history of the Everglades because I knew nothing about it. So on the way out here, I read the little pamphlet that we got at the visitor center, and correct me on any of this, but like most American history starts, Native Americans had this land first. They took care of it, everything was good, ecosystem was thriving, Everglades were thriving. Then in the late 1800s, non-Native Americans came and settled here, and they looked at this area as just a disgusting, sloppy mess. So they stopped the water flow to the Everglades, and of course, the plants started dying, the native species started leaving or dying, and it just became a huge mess, essentially, right?
Yep.
So then around 1947, I think it was 47, they established the Everglades as a national park and started working on restoring the ecosystem. So far, so good. They said that some native birds have returned, and they go through and they remove non-native species, not animals. I don't think they do that, but they were specifically talking about plants. So they remove the non-native plants so that the Everglade plants that are native here can grow and thrive. Now they're still working on restoring it, not what it was before, but we're getting there, right?
Yep.
Okay, that was the history of the Everglades.
All right, well, we're gonna finish the 0.4 mile loop that is Royal Palm. Rae is completely on edge because she has an irrational fear of gators.
It's not irrational. Gators are horrifying. And they're everywhere. One is gonna leap up on here and get me.
So let's go take a look.
Done with Royal Palm. That was really cool. I would have to say there are animals everywhere. We even saw a bird nest, like feeding time. Like the mom was feeding the babies. It was so cute. There's birds everywhere. There's fish everywhere. There's alligators everywhere. I've never seen so much wildlife in one place. That's natural, natural wildlife. We're not at a zoo, we're technically out in the wild. So I also wanted to clarify, I know I said the settlers came here and stopped the water flow, but I never said why they stopped the water flow, and it's because they were trying to farm here, and so that was unsuccessful, and then they finally realized that there's really no other place like the Everglades, so we better preserve it, and that's why they turned it into a national park. So it's not like they were just being crazy, like, oh, let's just ruin this area. It's because they were trying to farm and pretty unsuccessful. Now we're on... It was a weird name. What is this trail called? Gumbo, Limbo? I'm pretty sure it was called Gumbo, Limbo.
I think you're right.
Which is a completely different landscape.
Yeah.
So
like in the jungle now versus out in the Everglades, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah. I'm still jumpy as all heck, though.
Yeah. No more crocodiles now. Or not crocodiles. These are alligators. The crocodiles are saltwater, which... Actually, the Everglades is the only place where you can find alligators and crocodiles living next to each other.
Is it?
It is.
Oh,
it is. Read that fun fact from the visitor center.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't read that.
Yeah,
Cool.
so they have crocodiles down by the ocean where it's saltwater, which is crocodiles live in saltwater apparently.
You learn something new.
Yeah.
Every time you go to a national park.
But here in the jungle area, you got to worry about snakes.
Oh, come on. I'm totally on edge. Like every little leaf or branch, like you hear move, I'm just like, but it's still fun. Still having a good time.
Constant adrenaline.
Yeah. Anyway, I guess we'll show you this trail now because it's pretty cool here as well. We are now done with the Gumbo Limbo trail. Pretty fun to say. we learned that Gumbo Limbo is just a tree. It's this one with the reddish tinted bark. So now you know. A little plaque in there told us about it. We are starting to lose sun, so we're just gonna drive around the park now. This place is huge. I don't think even a couple days here would have been enough time. Like, look at this. So, I don't even know if you can see, but I'm gonna try. This is where we were, and this is the park. So there's a lot to see and a lot to do and a lot of different types of landscape. But what we did see today, we had fun. Again, I've never seen so much wildlife in one place.
Yep.
That was really neat.
Definitely saw more alligators than I thought we were going to see.
Yeah.
Like, especially like 1 minute into being here, I didn't expect to see alligators swimming around.
Yeah, so that was really neat. We would definitely recommend coming here, and if you have a couple days to spend here, do that. This is actually the first national park that I've ever thought it would have been cool to stay here, like to camp here. I've never felt like that with any other national park. If you have a short enough camper, I would definitely recommend staying here because there's just a variety of things to see and do. And this is just all the land stuff. There's still so many water sports you can do. They have kayaks and you can even rent them here. You don't have to bring your own. So definitely a really cool experience. Although I'd probably be losing my mind if we went on the water.
Yeah.
I'd be so scared.
And I would probably stay in any national park, but
That's true.
there's the differences between me and you.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a pretty good difference. And then this is kind of random, but we were thinking about we're almost 1,000 subs away from 5,000 members in our getaway gang on YouTube. So we're thinking about doing like a 5,000 sub giveaway. I need to look into it more because I actually don't understand how giveaways work. Obviously we give away something, but I don't know what people have to do in return. Obviously they have to enter in some sort of way or another, but I think there's plenty of apps and programs on our end that could help us manage people who are entering and even help pick a winner. I know there's stuff out there that does it anonymously. So if we did a giveaway, what do you guys want? Like, what would even be enticing? Like, this would be our first giving back to our getaway gang, so we want to make it special and cool and not just something silly. I was thinking like different things from different areas we've been would be cool, but then I don't know if people would like that because they're meaningful to us because we've been to those areas and maybe you haven't, so it would just be things from places you've never been. Anyway, I'm just babbling now, but please, if we did do a giveaway, let us know what would be cool to you and like in a budget, you know, we're not buying you a drone here.
So the mosquitoes are starting to come out and the wind is dying down, so they're getting pretty nasty.
Yeah, and of course we forgot bug spray today because that's just the type of people we are. So rather than being feasted on, we are going to close out this vlog. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to join our getaway gang. And we will see you next time. Bye guys.
Also known as the South Interest. We're here at the Ernest F. Cove.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, it's underneath us.
Don't scare me. I know you're tough.
I'm so tempted to.
Oh. See what happens when I try and be cute?